What's up, ninjas? Welcome to Yoga with Dojo Cat. Today I'm going to take you through a total body yoga burner flow. We're going to get strong, we're going to get a little uncomfortable, so let's get into it. We are going to begin our flow today in a child's pose. Open those knees up and sink your hips down to your heels, big toes to touch. Extend those hands out in front of you and bring your forehead to the mat. And we'll keep this child's pose active today, so lift those forearms up off the mat. Take a deep breath in, inhaling through the nose, really filling up that belly, and exhale through the mouth. Take some nice deep breaths just to get the body ready for this workout today. And from here, we are going to press into a downward facing dog. So you can bring those palms in front of your shoulders and lift your hips up to the sky. Relax your head in between your biceps. If you'd like to get some movement here, you can drop one heel at a time, turning your hips over. If you want to stretch your feet, you can rock up onto those tiptoes. Really think about pressing into your palms like you're trying to press the mat away from you, keeping this down dog nice and strong. And when you are ready to get into that flow, you can inhale that right leg to the sky and exhale, bend the knee, opening up that hip. And from here, we're going to draw some nice big circles going out and then switching directions, going in. And then extend that leg nice and straight to the sky. And on your next exhale, bring that foot between your hands, pivot that back foot, and rise up for warrior two. Just make sure that that knee is stacked over top of your ankle. You're creating a nice long line in between your fingertips, and you're trying to pull this right hip back. And flip that palm, reverse your warrior. You can keep the left hand on the back of your thigh, or you can take a bind by wrapping it behind your lower back. So enjoy that nice stretch in that right side body. And we're gonna bring those arms parallel again and straighten that front leg. Shift forward a couple inches and drop that right hand down to that right shin, gazing up at the left hand for triangle pose. From here, we're going to go into our first balancing pose. So you can kick off with that back foot and bring your right fingertips to the mat, lifting that left leg parallel. And option, you can keep your left hand on the hip. Oh, I'm shaking here. Or you can stack your shoulders as well as your hips for our half moon pose. Really squeeze that core. It's going to help you maintain your balance. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Tip back, facing your toes in the same direction for crescent lunge. Pull your shoulders down away from your ears, relaxing your shoulders. And we'll bring our left hand to the mat, open up for a twist on the right side. From here, you're going to have to really use your strength in your right leg because we're going to push up right into warrior 3. So when you're ready, take a deep breath. And then you're going to lift up, bringing Bringing that left leg parallel and your arms behind you for an airplane variation of warrior three. And just tip forward as much as you can. And hold for 3, 2, 1. Bring those toes to match. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands to the mat. Step back into plank. Shift forward. Lower yourself 90 degrees. Chaturanga. Uncurl your toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. And we're going to exhale into our child's pose. That was one side done. You're just going to rock side to side, dipping one elbow at a time to the mat. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, press back into that downward facing dog. You're going to take that to the other side. Inhale that left leg to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee. Open up that hip. And then draw some nice big circles with that knee going out. And changing direction, going in. Straighten that leg, three-legged dog. And on your exhale, step in between your hands, pivot that back foot. Rise up, warrior two. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Keep that front leg bent. And bring those arms parallel, straighten that front leg, shift forward, drop that hand down to the shin for our triangle pose. From here, we'll go into that half moon pose, so you can press off of that back foot, bringing your left fingertips to the mat in front of you. Lift that right leg parallel, stack your shoulders and your hips. If you're wobbling a little more on one side, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Just find your breath, squeeze your core. And we'll hold for 3, 2, 1. Tip back into a crescent lunge. And from here, we're going to plant that right hand to the mat, open that left arm to the sky for a twist. Beautiful work. Okay, we're gonna go into that warrior three balancing pose. So when you're ready, take a deep breath in, and then we're really gonna push off of this left foot right into that airplane warrior three variation. So when you are ready, press into that leg, lifting, bringing your torso and your right leg parallel to the mat. Palms up to the sky, behind you. Find your focus. Ooh. If you fall out like I do, who cares? And we're holding for 3, 2, 1, and bring those toes to match. Inhale those hands to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands to the mat, step back into plank. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and a quick child's pose. Nice work, guys. Whew, my legs are burning. Get whatever motion that you need to right now. If child's pose isn't cutting it for you, if you want to get a little extra wiggle in our tabletop position, little cat-cow, whatever you feel you need. But when you are ready, we're going to We're gonna do some work on the other side, so let's press into our downward facing dog again. All right, all together, inhale that right leg to the sky. Exhale, we're gonna bend the knee, touching it to our right elbow. Inhale that leg back to the sky. Exhale, touch it to your knee again. Inhale to the sky, and we're gonna touch that knee one more time. And come back into that split dog. And then the next time, bring that foot in between your hands. And from here, we're gonna go right into our standing split. So press off that back foot, lifting that leg parallel and trying to touch our nose to our knee. You can keep your fingertips to help with your balance on the mat if that's easy. You can take both hands and wrap them around the heel of your right foot. And we'll hold for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Bring that foot down to the mat. You're going to take those toes at a 45-degree angle, and you're going to keep about a couple feet in between your left foot and your right foot. We're going to go into our pyramid pose here. So you can inhale those hands to the sky, and exhale, we're going to sweep those hands behind our back and pull our shoulders open. Inhale, and exhale, folding over that straight leg, pulling those fingertips to the sky. Relax your neck. If this is too intense on your straight leg, you can have a little micro bend in your knee. Beautiful. We're going to go into another balancing pose here. Regular warrior 3. So when you're ready, you can bend that front leg and lift your arms and that leg parallel. Sorry, I'm just going to take a second to adjust here. And tip forward. Your right leg should be burning. That is a great thing. If you're shaking, that's okay. And we'll hold for 3, 2, 1. Tip back into warrior 1. So you're going to keep that back foot parallel to the front of your mat. And then from here, keep that front leg bent. We're going to step forward into a chair pose. So bring those toes to touch. Sink down. If you need a little break on your shoulders, you can bring your hands to heart center. But you're going to put your weight in your heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes. The more space, oh, sorry, I'm out of breath. The more space you put in between your feet, the easier the balance is going to be. I know it burns, but it's a good thing. Keep your chest nice and high and hold for 3, 2, 1. Straighten those legs. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Plant your hands, step back into plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, child's pose. Oh, deep breath, everybody. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. We've got one more side to do, and then you are done. The hardest part about exercising at all is just bringing yourselves to the mat today, and you've done that, and you're so close to being done. So let's keep going. Press into our downward facing dog. And just take a second here to take note of where your heels are. Maybe now you can touch your heels to the mat. Maybe you're feeling strong and extra stretchy. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, touch left knee to left elbow. Inhale, leg to sky. Again, touch that elbow. Inhale, leg to sky. We'll do that one more time. And inhale, leg to sky. This time you're gonna bring a foot in between your hands. Really ground into that foot. Press off that back foot. Lift that leg up to the sky as high as you can. Try to touch your nose to your knee. And we'll hold for 3, 2, and 1. Bring that right foot to the mat, toes parallel. Inhale, arms to sky, straighten that front leg. Take a deep breath with me. Sweep those hands behind you, interlock your fingers, pull your shoulders open. Take a deep breath. And exhale, fold over that front leg. Bring those fingers to the sky. Alright guys, you know the drill. We're going into that warrior 3. So you can bend that front leg, straighten those arms in front of you, lift off with that right foot. Oh, I'm sorry, I've got to adjust here again. Bring your arms and legs parallel to the mat. Really squeeze that core, find your focus. Don't forget to breathe. And we'll hold for 3, 2, 1. Tip back into that warrior 1 pose. Oh, my arms need to breathe. If you're burning, I'm here burning with you. All right. And we're gonna go into that chair pose. So let's bring our toes to match. Keep that bend in that leg. I'm gonna bring my hands to our center for a couple breaths. And then get right back to it, extending those arms overhead. Weight in the heels, chest lifted. And we're gonna sink lower and lower and lower, and then all the way to the mat. Woo! Bringing ourselves into boat pose. If you'd like, you can keep your legs parallel. You can support the back of your legs, or bring those palms to the sky and straighten those legs. We're only here for a few more breaths. Ooh, I'm shaking today. And holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that pose. Amazing work, you guys. We are gonna do one more peak pose, and I want us to do a headstand today. It's a really strong pose. We just spent all that time warming up our muscles. We are ready to do a headstand today. So I'm gonna show 3 variations. First one is for beginners who maybe haven't done a headstand before, so we're going to keep it really easy doing a tripod headstand. So we're going to bring our hands to the mat in front of us and bring our forehead to the mat. Okay, from here, if you've never done a headstand before, you can just lift those knees off the mat, making your body into this little A shape. This is a great place to stop if you need to. If you want, you can bring those feet a little closer and then stack one knee at a time onto your elbows, and then just make this little egg shape with your body. Okay, this is a great place to stop. We're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your toes to the mat one at a time. Don't bring your head up right away. We're gonna bring our knees nice and wide and melt into a child's pose. All right, guys, we are gonna go into a full headstand, straightening those legs. And if you wanna continue on with that first variation, you're welcome to do that. So let's sit up and bring those knees together. If you need to, you can roll out your wrists here. And oh, I'm sure my hair looks really nice right now. Okay. Let's go back into that headstand, bringing those hands to the mat, the head lift onto your toes, bring those toes in, and then you can bring one knee at a time to your elbows. Bring those knees together, and then extend those legs to the sky. And we're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing your knees down and then dropping one toe at a time and melt into that child's pose. All right, we are going to do one more headstand. This version is going to be a little bit more advanced. If you want to do any of the previous headstands we've done, you're welcome to do that. For this one, I'm going to create like a little nook space for my head to go into. So when you're ready, just bring your head into that nook. Your hands are going to be like flush with your head. And then this time the weight, instead of on my hands, it's going to be on my elbows. So lift up onto your toes, come forward, and then from here we're just going to kick up into that headstand. You can keep your knees bent if you like, or when you're ready, straighten those legs. Point your toes, squeeze your core, and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those knees down and drop one toe at a time, knees wide, melting into that child's pose. Ooh, we did it, guys. Okay, let's take some deep breaths, really trying to bring our heart rate down. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Again, deep breath in. Exhale. And one more time. Exhale. We are going to roll all the way forwards and onto our back. I think my hair looks really messed up right now, but I'm just gonna take it out. Probably doesn't look any better, but I don't care. Okay, and roll onto your back. We're gonna bring our knees up to our chest, give ourselves a nice hug for coming to the mat today and strengthening our muscles. And then bring your arms out to a T or a cactus pose, dropping the knees over to the left, gazing over that right shoulder. Release the twist and take it to the other side. Knees over to the right, gaze over that left shoulder. Release that twist. We're going to come into a comfortable seated position. We're going to drop our chin down to our chest. Bring it up to the sky. Come back to center, drop our head over to the left. And then the right. Come back to center, tuck your chin. We're just going to draw a little half moon with our chin going from shoulder to shoulder. And then finally, drawing big circles with your head, going in one direction and the other. Whew. And come back to center. All right, guys, amazing work. I hope that you feel a lot stronger right now. I feel amazing. But that was a burner. My legs were on fire. All right, if you like this flow, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Any support that you can offer me would be amazing. I'd love to have you in my little dojo. And oh, I realized I never mentioned this, but if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, my handle is @dojocat713. I post a lot of my kickboxing, MMA, jiu-jitsu stuff over there. I don't post as much as I should, but I am working on it. So come be my friend. Go drink some water. You're gonna need to hydrate after that, kings and queens. And I will see you guys next time. Os.